Here is the brutal truth. The moment a woman realizes she has lost you, the show starts. Cold replies, loud smiles, surveillance. It looks like she is fine. It feels like you are the only one thinking about it. You are not. This is strategy, not serenity. And if you cannot read it, you will walk back into the trap. What most men experience is the same loop. She tests your reaction with silence, then pops up with a post, a memory, a polite hey. She parades happiness, drops breadcrumbs, acts sweet, then pokes you to spark a fight. You respond, and she wins, because reaction means attachment. Now you are back on her schedule and off your purpose. Stoicism gives you an exit. Stop chasing signs and start reading behavior as data. Hold your frame, guard your time, answer only to your standards. No speeches, no arguments, no rescue missions. You decide the pace, you decide the access. Detachment is not cruelty, it is clarity. Today you will get the map. We will decode how women behave when they know they have lost you, step by step. You will see the cold performance, the tests, the glow, the softness, the guilt plays, the provocation, the final silence. You will learn what to do and what never to do, when to reply, when to leave, how to protect your peace and raise your value without saying much at all. Ready to stop guessing and start leading. Let's get into it. Number 1. Her loud indifference. When a woman senses she has lost you, the first costume she puts on is indifference made loud. Short replies, long delays, bright posts at convenient hours. It looks like peace. It is pressure. She is measuring one thing only. Will you react? Listen to the soundtrack. K. Busy. Maybe. Then the highlight reel appears. New venues, new faces. Captions about fresh starts. If you chase, explain, or protest, the show has done its job. Your reaction confirms her leverage. No reaction forces her to face the loss she is trying to hide. Make this real. Nick is 50, a supply chain manager in Ohio. Vanessa is 45, a Pilates instructor. After months of mixed signals, Nick finally got off the roller coaster. He trained, slept, fixed his schedule, and stopped over-investing. Within days, the performance began. Didn't see your text. Wow, you disappeared. Online, she turned up the volume. Photos with inside jokes, stories about new routines. At a neighborhood coffee shop, they crossed paths. Vanessa's eyes scanned him. Rested shoulders, clear eyes, new watch. She smiled big, spoke small, and left first. Read that correctly. If she truly did not care, she would not curate. She would move in silence. Loud indifference is a stage. The set pieces are designed to pull you back into orbit. The more you analyze her motives, the deeper you sink into the story. The Stoic response is simple and rare. You do not diagnose. You do not demand a conversation. You do not counter-perform with your own, "Look how fine I am." Feed. You return to standards and keep communication transactional. Tuesday, 3 p.m. works. I'm unavailable this weekend. If a message is bait, it receives no reply. You mute, not martyr. You decline the debate her posts are begging you to start. Why this works? Attention is a currency. Loud indifference tries to make you spend freely to stabilize her mood. Decline the purchase. Invest attention where it compounds. Sleep, strength, clean food, focused work, time with people who do not negotiate your value. That quiet upgrade changes the gravity without a speech. Back to Nick. At the coffee shop, he kept it light. Asked about a mutual friend's move. Wished her a solid week. Left on his terms. No flinch, no lecture. That night came a breadcrumb. Random. Do you still have that hiking playlist? He waited until morning and sent the link with no extras. 2 days later came the truth under the noise. Miss our Saturday walks. The show only runs when the audience claps. Mistakes to avoid. Do not subtweet. Do not repost counters. Do not inventory her life for clues. You are not a detective. You are a man with a mission. Never perform fake indifference either. Loud, bitter detachment is just another show. Real detachment is quiet. You feel the sting, breathe, and act by principle, not pain. A simple filter steadies everything. Ask, is this necessary? If a reply, a check, or a scroll does not serve your peace or purpose, it is not necessary. Let the moment pass. Let the silence work. When indifference gets loud, let your composure get louder without saying a word. The man who will not dance for attention becomes the gravity in the room. Comment below, then own it. I refuse bait. Number 2. The reaction tests. After the loud indifference comes the probe. She wants one thing only: proof you are still emotionally available on demand. That proof arrives as reaction tests, a random hey after days of silence. A photo that mirrors your old inside joke, a like on a picture from months ago, a message that pretends to be about logistics but carries no real purpose. Why it happens is simple. When control slips, people try to measure what remains. She is not necessarily trying to reconcile. She is trying to see if you will break frame. Will you rush to explain? Will you compete? Will you show that your center still lives inside her schedule? If you react, she can relax. The world returns to normal. Most men fail here. They answer quickly to look confident and end up looking available. Or they write speeches to prove they are over it, which only proves they are not. Others try to punish with sarcasm, which is just another form of engagement. Every version feeds the test. The Stoic counter is boring and effective. You control pace, tone, and topic. Respond only when a reply is necessary, and only to the practical part of the message. If she writes, "Thought of you when I saw this playlist," and there is no question to solve, you owe nothing. If she asks, "Are you free to pick up the box on Tuesday?" you can answer, "Tuesday 3 p.m. works." No extra lines, no memory lane. Marcus Aurelius left a filter that saves you here. Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? Timing is a tool. A short delay is not a game. It is a signal that you do not live inside your phone. Breathe, reread, remove emotion. Keep sentences plain. If you feel heat in your chest, you are not ready to press send. Put the device down and return when the body is quiet. Read the patterns underneath the tests. A late-night message checks if you are still on call. A sudden comment on your progress photo checks if you crave her approval. A mutual friend repeating her name checks if you will open that door. None of these require speeches, they require standards. If she escalates with mixed signals, hold center. You can state one boundary once. Something like, "I am focused on my schedule this week. If you need to coordinate a pickup, text the time." Then follow your own rule. Do not repeat the boundary. Do not police her tone. You are not the referee. You are the man who decides how he spends attention. Avoid silent tantrums. Blocking and unblocking, vanishing from every platform. Posting bait of your own. That noise reads as injury. Quiet competence reads as strength. Mute if you need peace. Then build a life that does not pause for tests. Here is the outcome you want. Tests lose oxygen when you refuse to perform. The energy that once circled you returns to her. She must decide if she wants to show up clean or drift out. Either result serves you because you stayed loyal to your standards. Comment below. I control pace. Keep watching. There's a simple shift that makes the noise fade, and it starts where most men never look. Number 3. The flaunted happiness. When she knows she has lost you, expect a glow-up parade. New selfies, new adventures, captions about finally breathing, friends tagged in clusters. It looks like joy, but it functions like marketing. The product is her new life. The target audience is you. The tone is bright, the pace is fast, and the goal is attention. It is designed to spark your curiosity and bait your reflex to respond instantly. Here is the psychology. Real peace is quiet. When people are truly settled, they do not broadcast to convince anyone. Flaunted happiness is a signal flare that asks, "Are you watching?" If you are, she still has gravity. If you react, you pay with attention, the only currency that matters after the power shifts. Make it concrete. Caleb is 52, owns an auto shop in Kansas City. Marissa is 46, an HR director he dated on and off for a year. When Caleb stopped over-functioning, no more last-minute favors or midnight drives, Marissa's feed lit up. Sunrise hikes, charcuterie boards, the girls at a rooftop bar. She even posted a throwback beach photo with a caption about missing the ocean, not the past. 2 days later, a boomerang with a man's shoulder cropped in. Then a message that said, "You would love this playlist." Read that correctly. If she truly did not care, there would be no campaign. The exhibition is the tell. It is not evil, it is human. The mistake is answering the ad. Your move is simple. Treat flaunted happiness like weather. You do not argue with rain, you adjust. Mute without ceremony. Stop auditing who liked what. Unhook your nervous system with anchors you control. Sleep, lifting, sunlight, clean food. Expand your calendar with things that compound. Work blocks, family dinners, long walks. Quiet momentum beats loud displays every time. What not to do. Do not try to one-up with your own highlight reel. It reads as wounded. Do not send the faux-friendly happy for you. That invites more of the show. Do not interrogate mutual friends. That drags you back into the frame. And do not doom scroll at midnight. Fatigue leads to weak choices. If you must interact because of logistics or overlapping circles, keep it neutral and brief. In person, offer grounded presence. Good to see you. Hope the week is solid. Then pivot to the room, not the past. No flinch. No micro-reactions at the mention of new plans. Let your posture and tone say what words cannot. I am anchored. Understand the deeper game. Flaunted happiness tries to reset the scoreboard by moving the spotlight. When you refuse to play, the scoreboard disappears. She is left with her actual life, better or not, without your attention as fuel. That is not cruelty. That is clarity. Expect a pattern. When the show does not pull you back, the content often shifts from glossy to nostalgic, then to practical check-ins. Stay steady through all three. You are not punishing. You are prioritizing. That is what adults do when emotions cool and standards take the wheel. Comment below, then own it. I stay unmoved. Keep watching. There is a quiet skill that makes staged noise fade without a single argument. Number 4. The sudden softness. After the glow and the noise, the tone can flip. The person who went bright and distant returns warmer. Messages turn gentle. Check-ins appear. Offers to help. A song you might like. It looks like care. Often it is calibration dressed as kindness. Why this happens is simple. Loud indifference did not pull you back. Reaction tests did not move you. Softness is the next lever. If anger cannot hook you and glitter cannot distract you, affection might. Not all softness is manipulation, but in this phase treat it like data. Watch patterns, not moments. You will hear familiar moves. The temperature of her words drops. She uses your name, recalls small things from months ago. The subtext is a question. Are you still the man who can be softened? If you melt, the old dynamic returns. If you stay steady, respect grows or the game ends. Here is the Stoic lens that protects you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Your job is not to decide whether her tone is real or strategic in 5 minutes. Your job is to keep command of your pace, your time, and your standards, while truth reveals itself clearly. How to respond without breaking frame. Answer only what is asked and keep it practical. If she shares a memory, acknowledge once and do not spiral down the past. If she offers to return something, propose a clean window and a neutral location. If she floats big feelings without specifics, do not become the late-night therapist. You are clear. A simple test keeps you safe. Does her softness come with consistent actions that honor your boundaries, or does it dissolve when you do not rush? The former is maturity. The latter is theater. Treat the difference with equal calm. You do not scold. You do not reward. You let reality sort itself out while you keep building your life. Avoid two traps. The first is the hero move. You see a softer tone and rush to rescue, patch, or perform. The second is the cynic move. You mock the tenderness to prove you are above it. Both are ego. The middle way is presence with standards. You can be polite and grounded at the same time. Body language matters when you meet. Stand tall, breathe slow, keep your shoulders loose. Offer a small smile, not a speech. Let silence do half the talking. If she apologizes, receive it once, say thank you, and move to logistics. If she pushes for a heavy talk on the spot, set a future time and keep your day intact. Keep appointments with yourself and people learn to respect you. Expect a swing. Softness may be followed by new noise if your calm does not fold. Do not chase either state. Watch the pattern across weeks. Reality is patient. So are you. Bottom line, sudden softness is either an opening for a cleaner chapter or a costume change in the same play. Your discipline decides which it becomes. Protect your center, and the story writes itself without drama. Comment below, then own it. I stay grounded. Keep watching. The subtle shift ahead quietly exposes motive without you asking. Number 5. The guilt play. When distance doesn't pull you back, guilt is the next lever. It sounds caring on the surface but carries a hook underneath. After everything I did for you, you always leave when I need you. My friends say you changed. Sometimes it's softer. I couldn't sleep thinking how you just walked away. The aim is not truth. The aim is responsibility transfer. If you accept the frame, you'll pay with attention, favors, and time until your center lives in her feelings again. Make it real. Andre is 54, a logistics lead in Houston. Kara is 46, owns a salon. After months of on-off tension, Andre stopped over-functioning and reset his priorities. Training at dawn, strict work blocks, weekends with his daughter. The messages shifted. First, warmth. Then the play. My car battery died. If you cared, you wouldn't let me handle this alone. Your silence is cruel. I'm telling people I misjudged you. He felt the sting, then remembered the mission. He replied once where logistics existed. Roadside assistance is fast. Called AAA. I'm unavailable this morning. Ignored the sermons and kept moving. Within a week, the speeches shrank. 2 weeks later came a cleaner ask with a real plan. Reality got quiet when guilt stopped working. Understand the psychology. Guilt works by rewriting the story, so you become the fixer or the villain who must redeem himself. Either role keeps you engaged. The cure is not cruelty, it's clarity. You can care without carrying. You can listen without leasing your backbone. Here's the Stoic frame. Do not jade. Don't justify, argue, defend, or explain. Explanations are fuel. Choose short, necessary sentences that hold the boundary without attacking the person. I'm not available for that. I won't revisit this. If you need logistics, text a time. Then go back to your life. The power isn't in clever wording. It's in consistent behavior that makes the old script unplayable. When guilt references a real mistake you made, handle it like a man. Apologize once, specifically. Make amends, if appropriate. Then stop performing penance. Ongoing self-punishment is just another leash. Growth is repayment, not groveling. If she reopens the case weekly, decline the retrial. We've covered this. I've changed my behavior. I'm not repeating this loop. In person, keep your body calm, feet grounded, shoulders loose, voice low. If a conversation tilts into blame, pivot to neutral reality. I hear you. I'm going to head out now. If she pushes for a debate, don't escalate or ghost dramatically. Exit clean. Not a good time for this, another day, or not at all. Then follow through. Boundaries spoken but not enforced are invitations to try again louder. What not to do, don't counter-accuse. It drags you into the mud. Don't write essays to fix her perspective. Essays prove you're captive. Don't rescue under pressure. Let adult problems meet adult solutions. If a need is real and time-bound, you can help once, on your terms, with a clear end. Otherwise, direct to alternatives, mechanic, rideshare, friend group, and step back. Outcome: guilt loses oxygen when you refuse the role. The energy returns to its owner. She either shows up with respect and plans, or the chapter ends without fireworks. Both outcomes are wins when you protect your standards. Comment below. I reject guilt. Keep watching. There's a quiet shift that exposes motive without a single argument, and it starts with what you stop giving. Number 6. The subtle pull. When distance and guilt fail, the strategy turns softer and smarter. You start noticing small magnets placed in your path. A song she knows you love, a photo from a place you used to go, a question that sounds practical but has no real endpoint. None of it asks for commitment. All of it asks for movement. That is the subtle pull. It shows up as proximity without pressure. She attends the same gym class time. She parks near your usual spot. She joins mutual plans where you are likely to appear. Online, she watches your stories at certain hours, likes a post from months back, follows and unfollows. Offline, she leaves a box to pick up, then another item she forgot. Each move is low cost to her and high temptation to you. If you nibble, the current carries you back. Understand the engine under it. Human behavior seeks feedback. When she cannot get yours directly, she tries to trigger it indirectly, not always to reconcile, often to check if she still has reach. If you lean in too early, you confirm that your center can still be pulled from the outside. Here is the Stoic lens. Epictetus reminds us that some things are up to us and some are not. Your attention, responses, and schedule are up to you. Her placements, posts, or paths are not. The moment you treat what is not up to you as if it is, you forfeit control of what actually island. Your counter is simple: move by plan, not by gravity. If you were already going to the gym, go. If not, do not alter your route for a maybe. Keep logistics clean. If an item needs returning, offer one window and one location. If a message does not contain a clear question, you owe no reply. Silence is not cruelty when it protects both people from another loop. Micro rules help. No detours on purpose to stage a chance meeting. No scrolling at weak hours. No double watching her stories. No rereading old threads. Replace those habits with anchors you can feel. Walks after dinner. Strength work. Calls with people who speak straight. Attention always seeks a home. Give it one that compounds. Common traps appear respectable. You tell yourself you are being polite by engaging gently. You say you are just curious. You agree to errands together, as friends. Be honest. Each small yes is a vote for the old dynamic. If you truly want a clean future, cast your votes for clean behavior. Let time reveal pattern before you decide. Choose patience. If the pull strengthens, step back and restate your boundary once. For example, I am not available for casual drop-ins. If we need to exchange anything, text a time, then live that sentence. Do not debate it. Do not explain it twice. Standards speak loudest in action. Outcome. When you refuse the gentle tug, energy returns to its owner. She will either come forward clearly or drift out quietly. Both are fine when you keep your frame. Comment below, then own it. I keep my frame. Stay with me. The next turn turns the volume up and aims straight at your nerves, yet the answer is even calmer than this. Number 7. The provocation loop. When she knows she's lost you, the next move is simple: provoke and measure. The provocation loop is a cycle of small jabs designed to pull a reaction, because reaction equals attachment. If you flare up, explain yourself, or chase clarification, the script rewinds to the version where she holds the timing and you hold the bag. It rarely looks like rage. It looks like playful digs, delays, accidental shade, or sudden flirtation in your line of sight. You're meant to feel off balance and prove you still care by arguing, competing, or rescuing. One spark and the loop resets. Make it real. Jason is 49, owns a marine repair shop in Tampa. Natalie is 45, an event planner he dated for 8 months. After he stopped overgiving and returned to training, sleep, and work, the tests started. At a friend's cookout, she arrived late, hugged everyone but him, and joked loudly about men who ghost. Later, she posted a photo with a man's hand on a glass and tagged the venue she knew Jason liked. Near midnight came. Wild night. You'd hate it. 10 minutes later, another ping. A close-up of the same hand with the caption, "Some people actually show up." Every beat was a lever, not a conversation. A younger Jason would have fired back, "Enjoy the clown." The older one remembered his frame. He put the phone down, finished his programming notes, and slept. In the morning, he replied to the practical message he also received about a package pickup. Tuesday at 3 works. No commentary, no jab. The loop starved. Here's the psychology. Provocation seeks emotional proof. Anger is proof. Jealousy is proof. Sarcasm is proof. The content doesn't matter. Your arousal state does. If she can set it, she can steer you. Remember, silence is not surrender. It's strategy. You conserve energy for choices that build your life instead of feeding fires that burn you. Break the loop with a 3-step discipline. First, pause the body. Shoulders low, jaw loose, 1 deep breath. Second, name the move. This is a pull for reaction. Naming drains the power. Third, choose a channel that fits your standards. If logistics exist, answer plainly. If there's only bait, do nothing. Marcus Aurelius asked, "Is this necessary?" Treat that as the send button. In person, keep your spine tall and voice calm. When a tease lands, smile with your eyes, not your mouth, and pivot to neutral ground. "Good to see you. I'm heading out." Don't litigate the past. Don't audition your worth. Exit cleanly. The man who won't spar on command becomes uninteresting to the game. Common traps. Competitive posting to win the night. Drunk replies. Group debates. Humor that hides hurt. Each one keeps you on the ride. Another trap is faux calm. Performing zen while stalking every story. Your nervous system knows the truth. Fix it with anchors. Training, sunlight, food, work blocks. Time with people who tell you the truth. If a boundary is needed, speak it once and live it. I don't do midnight messages. If you need to coordinate, text tomorrow. No second memo, no threats. Boundaries repeated become negotiations. Outcome: provocation loses altitude when you won't fuel it. The energy returns to its owner, where real choices live. Show up clean or fade out. Either way, you win by staying loyal to your standards. Comment below, then own it. I won't react. Keep watching. There's a calm adjustment that flips the dynamic without drama, and most men never practice it. Number 8. Vulnerability as bait. After provocation fails, the tone often softens into something that looks tender. Late-night messages about a rough week, sudden confessions about fear, stress, a family issue, a sick pet, a voice note that trembles, a photo of an old memory with a quiet caption like, "Miss this." It feels intimate. It also presses the part of you that wants to protect. That is why it works. See the move clearly. Vulnerability bypasses logic. When influence fades, softness may be used to re-enter your space. Not always from malice, often from anxiety. The mechanism is the same. If you step back into comfort giver on command, the center of control slides away from your standards and back into her timing. Here is the hidden test. Does the vulnerability arrive with a clear ask and respect for your schedule, or does it arrive open-ended and urgent, demanding instant access? The first is maturity. The second is bait. You do not need to judge motives in real time. You only need to notice the pattern and respond with discipline. Use the Stoic lens. Marcus Aurelius advised us to be tolerant with others and strict with ourselves. Tolerant means you can be kind. Strict means you do not abandon self-command. Your job is not to solve a storm at midnight because a message feels heavy. Your job is to keep your pace, protect your calendar, and choose actions that match your values while truth reveals itself. Practical beats theory. If there is a specific problem and you choose to help, keep it clean and time-bound. You can say, "I have 10 minutes now," or "I can talk at 7. If there is only a flood of feelings with no request, you are not required to become a late-night therapist. A calm line like "I am turning in for the night" is enough. You are polite and firm at the same time. Do not jade. Do not justify, argue, defend, or explain. Long explanations become a rope that pulls you back. Short sentences keep you free. "Thank you for sharing. I cannot do that." If logistics matter, propose one window and one location. If the message is only emotion and history, let it pass. Silence is a boundary that needs no punctuation. Understand the deeper psychology. Vulnerability without limits can become control. If you absorb it all, you become responsible for someone else's regulation. That is not love. That is management. Compassion says, "I care." Complicity says, "I will carry your storm every time you call." Choose compassion without sliding into complicity. Mind your body while you decide. Slow your breathing. Keep your shoulders loose. Read once, then put the phone down. If your chest is hot or your jaw is tight, you are not ready to reply. Epictetus reminded us that some things are up to us and some are not. Your tone, timing, and words are up to you. Another person's feelings are not. If the softness is sincere, it will survive your boundaries. It will return with clarity and respect. It will accept a tomorrow call instead of demanding a midnight rescue. It will match your pace instead of trying to set it. If it was bait, it will fade when it cannot move you. Either outcome serves your peace. Do not swing to the other extreme. Mocking vulnerability to prove strength is just another kind of weakness. You can be warm and unwavering at once. A simple thank you, one practical option, then back to your plan. Strength that can feel without folding is the rarest signal of all. Bottom line, vulnerability can be love or leverage. You do not need to guess which on the spot. You only need to stay in control of your access and your attention. Let time reveal the pattern. Let standards select the path. Comment below. I help cleanly. Stay close. There is a quiet adjustment that protects your peace and raises your value, and it starts with what you stop giving away. Number 9. Rewriting the story. When she knows she's lost you, the next move is narrative, not conversation, not closure editing. The story changes in small, strategic ways that protect her image and test your reactions. You'll hear, "He switched up," "He quit trying," or "He was never serious." The new plot isn't about truth, it's about control and comfort. Why this happens is simple. Losing influence hurts the ego, especially in public. Rewriting lets her feel agency again and recruit an audience. If you chase every rumor, you become part of the performance. Attention is oxygen. Your job is to stop supplying it and live in reality instead. Make it real. Derek is 53, a union electrician in St. Louis. Elise is 45, runs a boutique. After months of turbulence, Derek stepped back, lifted at dawn, tightened finances, and stopped rescuing last-minute plans. Within weeks, mutual friends reported the new script. He got cold. He's controlling. He bailed when I needed him. Screenshots appeared without context. At a block party, Elise laughed loud when he entered, then told someone, just loud enough, "Some men can't handle it." Here's the pivot that saved him. He chose truth over image, with people who actually mattered: his sister, a shared landlord, a vendor. He stated facts once, briefly, with dates, then moved on. With everyone else, he gave nothing. No public statements, no subtweets, no late-night essays. His behavior became the press release. Let's put a frame around this. Marcus Aurelius asked, "Is this necessary?" Apply that to every reply, call, and screenshot. Defending yourself to spectators is rarely necessary. Correcting a contract term, a payment date, or a pickup plan sometimes. Island. Keep receipts, use plain language, and avoid adjectives. Facts, times, places, then go lift. Understand the deeper psychology. Rewriting the story is not always malicious. It's a nervous system seeking relief. Blame lowers anxiety. Nostalgia edits memories. If you answer with anger, you prove the new script. If you answer with calm, you make the script hard to sell. Common mistakes are predictable. Men blast long texts to mutuals, demand group verdicts, or leak private messages to score points. It always backfires. You look reactive, not reliable. Another trap is passive aggression, liking shady posts, posting truth bombs, or flirting loudly to look unbothered. That's still feeding the theater. The Stoic counter is disciplined understatement. Speak once where stakes are real, otherwise be silent and consistent. If someone tries to recruit you, she says you ghosted, reply, "We see it differently, wishing you both well." If a lie threatens work or safety, respond in writing with specifics and keep it professional. No character attacks, no history lessons. Then disappear from the conversation. Bring it back to Derek. He didn't beg for character witnesses. He kept training, paid what he owed on time, and returned a box of her things with a time-stamped handoff. When neighbors tested him with bait, he smiled, said, "Doing well, thanks," and changed the subject. He also stopped checking her feeds at night, deleted threads, and set Do Not Disturb after 10. Boundaries turned noise into background. Weeks later, Elise's story softened. Without an audience, the theater closed early. There's another layer most men miss. Living well isn't spite, it's gravity. When you sleep, lift, get sun, operate with purpose, and stay kind, your present says what arguments never can. The past no longer runs you. That steadiness is quietly magnetic, and yes, she feels it. Let results speak louder than reactive posts or borrowed opinions. Bottom line, people rewrite stories to protect themselves. You don't have to fix the plot. Guard your standards, speak only where it counts, and let reality do slow, honest work. Time is a better author than anger. Comment below. I choose reality. Keep watching. There's a final shift where the noise stops trying and something else shows up in the silence. Number 10. Surrender to silence. Silence is not a trick. It is a decision. When a woman finally understands she no longer controls your attention, there is a moment where all the performances lose power. The posts quiet down, the tests slow, the story stops changing every week. What remains is space. That space is where real choices live. That is surrender to silence. Do not confuse this with indifference. Indifference is noisy. It tries to be seen. Surrender to silence is different. It is the absence of tug. It is the point where she stops trying to move you and begins to move herself. Sometimes she returns with clarity. Sometimes she exits with dignity. Either path appears when you stop feeding the loop and stand still long enough for reality to speak. Your job in this phase is simple and disciplined. Keep life on rails, protect sleep and training, respect your calendar, answer only what is necessary. When there is nothing to solve, say nothing. Marcus Aurelius gave you the filter. If it is not necessary, do not say it. The power of silence is that it turns attention into intention. You stop reacting and start selecting. What does this look like in practice? Fewer notifications, fewer late-night messages, no more accidental sightings. Mutual friends stop asking where things stand. The heat fades from your chest. You feel your center again. This is not victory over another person. It is victory over the part of you that needed the last word. There will be temptations. You will want to check how she is handling it. You will want to post something pointed. You will want to accept a breadcrumb just to prove you could. None of that serves you. The discipline is not only in what you refuse to say, it is in what you refuse to seek. Curiosity is expensive when it reopens loops you already closed. Silence also clarifies your standards. If she reaches out with a clean plan and clear respect, you can meet it as a man. If she circles with old patterns, you can let the orbit decay. No speeches, no blame, just consistent behavior. Seneca wrote that time reveals truth. Give time the room to work. There is a deeper reason silence is magnetic. It communicates that your life has a spine. You feel attraction and do not collapse. You feel conflict and do not perform. You move by values, not by pressure. That steadiness is the rare signal in a noisy world. People feel safe around it, even when they do not fully understand why. If closure is requested, you can give it once and briefly. Thank you for what we shared. I am choosing to move forward. I wish you well. Then honor your own words by living forward. Closure does not require a committee. It requires consistency after you speak. Guard against two errors. The first is turning silence into punishment. That is just another game. The second is breaking silence to soothe your own anxiety. Let discomfort teach you that you can feel and still choose. The muscle you build here will serve every relationship that comes next. Use the space you created. Fix the basics. Lift heavier. Walk more. Eat cleaner. Do the unsexy maintenance your future self will thank you for. Call family. Put effort into work that compounds. Create weekends that do not depend on anyone's approval. When you stack enough of these days, you become hard to knock off course. Eventually, the story settles. Sometimes she returns with respect for your frame. Sometimes she fades. Both outcomes are the fruit of the same root. You chose silence where noise used to run you. You proved to yourself that you can lead your attention. That is the real win. Bottom line, surrender to silence is not about her losing. It is about you gaining yourself back. When the room is quiet, your standards speak. Let them speak clearly. Comment below. I trust silence. You now have the full map. When a woman knows she has lost you, the signals line up in order. Loud indifference, reaction tests, flaunted happiness, sudden softness, the guilt play, the subtle pull, the provocation loop, vulnerability as bait, rewriting the story, and finally, surrender to silence. The lesson is simple. Treat behavior as data, not a summons. Spend attention where it compounds. Keep communication clean and necessary. Hold your pace, protect your standards, and let time reveal truth. That is the Stoic frame, and it makes you steady in a world that runs on noise. If this helped, Subscribe to the channel so you do not miss what comes next. We drop practical Stoic content for men every day. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.